This is one of the best comics ever written in the past decade. A story about a dead planet managed by wardens. Wardens empowered to command one specific species of animals. This is Rook, and our journey follows Rook. You see, he's the character, or rather, the warden of the crow, and he survived an encounter with the warden of the bear. Now, don't get it twisted. He did not win a fight against the bear warden head to head. He had support of Dire Wolf. She was the warden of the wolf, and she was here to take him to the safe haven where they would in turn find other wardens and help them, because Dire Wolf and him knew that the Ursaw, the warden of the bear, was hunting every other warden down for absolute control over this planet. Now, you need to understand that Dire Wolf and her father were put in charge of this planet, teaching people how to be warden. He was curious as to why or where her father was. Well, through the interlink, the wolf started to get upset, which is when he figured, yeah, her father was dead, especially when she told him. He said, I understand, but could you put your helmet back on? Because these animals are just animals. Without your control, they will eat me alive. She sighs, I keep explaining to you, they are far more than just that. Yeah, right. Your wolf is literally eyeing me right now. They set off on their journey and he went around looking for food. This was supposed to be her home, but there was no food here. For some reason, his crows realized he was hungry and just started fishing for him. He did not like this because he thought they were using it to taunt him. He was wrong. But more on that later, because honestly, Dire Wolf was tired of telling him to build connection with his animals. Regardless, they got to the haven, the only green field on this whole planet, controlled by a very, very powerful warden, the warden of the turtles. It was quite obvious this was one of the only technically sound places on this planet left, and he had to fight the company to not take it. He fought for this planet, which is why he had pure animosity towards the Rook. Right off the bat, his turtles had guns pointed at the ship. Mind you, Dire Wolf is his ally. This was just to threaten Rook. Dead ass. As soon as Rook was on board, it was, goddamn, why'd you bring this coward? I know about you, Rook. I talk to the animals, and the animals tell me you have a speciality in running away. I don't know if we could trust this guy. I mean, he was building a ship. Oh, right, for those of you who don't know, he was building a ship, and it got destroyed by the bear warden. He was trying to leave this planet, which was the logical thing to do because the planet was dying. But much like Dire Wolf, the Turtle Warden was a loyalist. He fought for this planet and he believed the planet could be saved, just like Dire Wolf, which is why she was here, because her plan was simple. Contact all the other wardens and find help for those who need help. And oh my God, was she right? And wrong at the same time, because it was quite obvious this connection was widespread. She couldn't fine-tune it. That meant the warden of the bear was going to hear whatever message she sends out, and he was waiting for it. In his private chamber, one of his men demanded the boar's helm, but he told him to shut up. I'm listening. That's right. The call for help was being heard by the bear warden himself right now. Rook clearly didn't want to do this. This didn't seem safe, but I mean, the turtle warden called him a coward again, so he just had to. And just like that, they listened. All over the planet. Wardens he never even knew existed, he heard. The warden of the fox, the warden of the spider, the warden of the goat, all in their element. The warden of the stag, a warrior in Japan, I assume. Warden of the grasshopper, I'm assuming, don't quote me. The warden of the rat, the warden of the bunny, the warden of the chicken, the warden of the ox, all of them simultaneously getting a message from these guys, which is when we realized the bear was getting the exact same message. Rook was the first to realize this because he felt it. He's outside. Ursaw is here. And he was absolutely right. He wasn't just here alone. He had the assistance of the warden of the snake and the new warden of the bear. One of his men gifted the helm of the boar. He gave one command: kill. Now, Dire Wolf was in a bad way. She wasn't allowed to bring her wolves inside the city, so they were on the outskirts. She called them and tried to run, but that's the thing though. She needed the backup, because while Rook's animals could get here first, they were just crows. They were weak. And honestly, he needed more than that. From nowhere, he gets hit by something fairy and massive like a truck. Oh, for those of you who haven't realized it by now, the animals here are mutated. They are bigger than possible. And right before him was a man wearing his best friend's helm. You are not Swine. He commanded the crows to attack, but they're crows. One gunshot and they all ran away. Weak, just like their master. You say I'm not Swine. Good. He was weak too, crushed like the worm he is, just like I'm about to crush you. A dire wolf would have helped, except she was fighting the warden of the snake, and this bitch was insane. The snake she brought was just going for the head. But in the city, the warden of the turtle was trying to protect the device that helped communicate with other wardens. Sadly, the warden of the bear, Ursaw, didn't think so. It didn't even help that his backup was currently being beat up by a boar. But nah, the warden of the bear was here, and he brought his friends. Hello, old man. Back on the outskirts, though, Direwolf was fighting a big-ass snake with its master taunting her from the back because she expelled her. Now, you don't have to be spiteful, Direwolf said. I expelled you for the right reasons. You got infected with the instincts of your animal. You became too much of a predator. You could not function properly. You're practically a psychopath. Now, as she was saying this, she was beating the shit out of the snake chick because, I'm sorry, the snake chick wasn't it. But the boar, the new boar, was it. He knew how to fight. Matter of fact, he was about to kill the rook. But you see, the rook knew better. The rook saw them coming. You will die, and I will stay here and watch, because the wolves were here, and they ate lunch. He watched the man who dared to wear the helm of his best friend die. He didn't move. He just watched, enjoying the satisfaction, only taking a break to remove the chains off the boar. But you see, as soon as he picked up the helm, he knew he fucked up, because the direwolves had lost connection to their master. Now, what would a pack of 5 to 4 mutant wolves want as soon as they see a human and a big-ass boar? They wanted to consume. He screamed for Direwolf, get your dogs, girl. He tried the first time, no connection. It's when she tried again that they connected. God damn, he was inches from death. But at least he was alive, and so was Pumbaa. He released the boar back into the wild, and now it was time to move, because they had to save the city. The warden of the bear had completed his mission. He got the technology. Now he was trying to dip. That was wrong. Direwolf was never going to let that happen. Armed with her beast, she stepped forth to do battle. Now he, much like his creatures, was mutated. He wasn't no normal man, so he could face off against her and her animals. Thankfully, the rook provided support. They tried to blind him, but you see, his birds were afraid, and the fear was imputing on his subconscious. Obey me. Stop fighting. All this was what he needed, because in a split second, he humbled Direwolf and went straight for the rook, knocking his helmet clean off. The rook was now defenseless. He tried to reach out for his helmet, but the bear warden picked him up. Weak, just like your animals. He tossed him off the fucking dam. That was death, instantaneously, and the rook accepted this because this was the end he expected. I mean, come on, I just wanted to leave this planet. You guys dragged me into a war. Fuck this. The story is not over, believe me. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave a tip, leave a comment, join the family, boy. Peace.